Hello beer tubers and welcome to yet another beer review with me, Peter, the Master of Hobbits. I just got done with a lot of yard work out here today, and it's like late summer weather right now, and we've had autumn weather like almost through all of September, but like this week it's been pretty nice. We have some apple trees out here in the garden, and I needed to pick up all the bad apples from the ground, and yeah, also mow the lawn. So I felt like a beer afterwards because I'm real sweaty now, and I felt like something really refreshing. So it's going to be a wheat beer, a wit beer to be precise, by Beer Here. One of their newer releases. It's the Beer Here White Cat. As I said, it's a wheat beer on 4.7%, and it's the third beer in the Cat Dogma series. Wow, there's a lot of condensation on the bottle. It's the third beer in the series of the Cat Dogma series from a Beer Here. It's brewed at Søgaard's Bryghus, so appropriately I'm using a Søgaard's Bryghus glass. Weizen glass, actually. But yeah, it is the third in the series, and the first one was the Fat Cat, which was amazing, an amber ale. And then the second one was Black Cat, which was a black IPA, which was pretty nice too. And then there's this one. And there's a lot of other ones that he's going to release, Søgaard Andersen. Now, the special thing about this series is that every beer has to be on 4.7%, and has to be brewed with Nelson Sauvin only, hop-wise. And this is going to be quite interesting, because I've never had a wheat beer brewed with Nelson Sauvin. So, oh yeah, before we crack it, I've got some info here from the bottle, just in English. And it says, a purebred wheat beer based on a taste-neutral yeast, unlike other wheat beers, which often has fruity notes of yeast. White Cat gets its meow from copious amount of hops in both kettle and tank, providing soft malt profile with a powerful hiss of hops at the back of the tongue. White Cat is the third Dogma-based beer Here Fat Cat in the Beer Here Fat Cat series, brewed exclusively with New Zealand Nelson Sauvin hops and a modest 4.7% alcohol. It's brewed with Pilsner malt, wheat malt, and Nelson Sauvin hops, of course, also water and yeast. But let's get it cracked open and see what it's about. I haven't had it yet, so it's going to be interesting. Cap smells a lot like Nelson Sauvin, so let's get it poured. I've had the other wheat beer they make, Kaizen makes from Beer Here, called TMOH, which is like a tribute. It's a mix of a wheat beer and a German Hefeweizen. It's pretty good, but definitely not the best wheat beer out there. So it's going to be interesting seeing if this is going to be better. This White Cat. I just swirled it to get the yeast in, because you usually do that with wheat beers, but we'll see if it affects the taste at all. Nice little sip there. So here it is. Looks a lot like wow, it's got a lot of carbonation streaming from the bottle. Looks more like kind of like a Hefeweizen cross Pilsner than a wit beer. It's not that yellowy, but it's got a nice golden yellow, lightly orange color. Light haze to it too. A nice two-finger white fluffy head. Looks really nice, and I can smell the Nelson Sauvin from here, so let's dig in. Lots and lots and lots of Nelson Sauvin characters in this, like a lot of gooseberry and a lot of white grape. There's some wheaty kind of aromas in there too, along with a yogurt kind of feel to it, along with some tropical notes. The Nelson Sauvin is definitely there, but it's not like in your face as in kind of like the some other Nelson Sauvin beers. Like the Fat Cat and the Black Cat had more aroma than this, but this is also a wheat beer, so. But nice, lightly tropical fruity notes in there too. Floral. Smells kind of like a pale ale with somewhat of a wit kind of component quality to it, because it smells like an American pale ale mostly, but it does have some of that wheaty kind of floral, wheaty kind of yeasty component. Even said it's yeast neutral. I think that yogurty aroma there is from the yeast, but it doesn't have the spice and all. But it smells pretty nice. So let's give it a taste. Cheers, guys. That is fucking refreshing. Oh my god, that's refreshing. Not a complex beer at all. It's straightforward, a straightforward beer, but man, you could drink this all night. Wow, that's refreshing. This beer is just perfect after mowing the lawn. Perfect. The body on it, it's light, very crisp, lightly dry, a pretty decent amount of carbonation, and intensely drinkable. The flavor is in there. The first flavor that hits you is a quite bitter, hoppy flavor, kind of like in a pale ale, with lots of the Nelson Sauvin qualities like the white grape, gooseberry, some tropical fruit notes. Some wheaty. Oh, there's a lot of gooseberry in this one. That's probably a beer brewed with Nelson Sauvin I've gotten most gooseberry from, because there's a lot of it in here. Yeah, it's in the back end. It's kind of bitter, and then it fades into that almost yogurty flavor, along with some caramel. Oh, not caramel, some sweet, crisp, kind of biscuity maltiness in there, and some wheaty flavors too. Kind of like a cereal grain kind of wheaty flavor. Well, that's about it. It's pretty straightforward. I actually get a little bit of pear in there too. Sorry. And a light touch of citrusy notes. By far, not the best wheat beer I've had, and by far the most unconventional wheat beer I've had, because it's more of a cross between a pale ale, American pale ale, with some wheat beer wheaty qualities, because it doesn't really have the spice at all. But it's pretty tasty. Definitely worth picking up if you see it. It's really refreshing. If you have a bottle, I recommend drinking it on a warm day after doing some long work. This is a real like summer kind of beer. But yeah, rating wise for the beer here, White Cat, I'm gonna go 78. It's not a great beer, but it's close to being a pretty good beer. It's a good beer, but not up there with some other wheat beers. But it's super refreshing, and it really fits the purpose. I mean, look at that. It just goes down so fast. So yeah, 78, pretty darn tasty. Not the best product I have had from beer here, but like a beer that's great for drinking outside on a hot day like this. So yeah, that's it for this beer, guys. Let me know what you think about the beer here, White Cat, if you've had it. And as always, remember to comment, subscribe, all that stuff, guys. And I'm gonna say cheers, and I'll see you guys in another beer review.